Chosen one, listen closely. What I'm about to tell you isn't random. It isn't ordinary. And it isn't for just anyone scrolling through another video. This is for you. This is a divine interruption in your day, a whisper from heaven breaking into the noise of this world to tell you something undeniable. Your hands are about to hold what God has promised you. For so long, you've carried weight without reward. You've endured trials that left you wondering if breakthrough would ever come. You've prayed in silence, cried in private, and walked through seasons where nobody saw the fire burning inside you. And yet you didn't quit. You didn't fold. You didn't hand over your calling to the darkness that wanted to claim it. Now, the atmosphere around your life is shifting. The chains are breaking. The delay is being lifted. And heaven is declaring this truth. What you have been waiting for is not only on its way, it is about to rest in your very hands. This isn't just another encouraging phrase to make you feel good for a moment. Two-number. This is prophecy. This is alignment. This is heaven's decree over your destiny. You will not only see it, you will touch it. You will not only dream it, you will hold it. God is delivering, and his delivery is perfect, on time, undeniable. But let me warn you, what's coming isn't light. It isn't shallow. It isn't surface-level blessing. It's weighty. It's sacred. It's something so holy that your spirit already knows it's real. That's why you've been feeling the tension, the warfare, the strange resistance in your atmosphere. The enemy always fights hardest before the package arrives. Chosen one, hear me. Your hands are about to carry proof. Not words, not theories, not promises floating in the air. Evidence, tangible fulfillment. The kind of blessing you can point to and say, only God did this. Later in this message, I'll reveal the signs that will confirm it, the hidden challenges you must overcome, and the divine instructions that will prepare you to receive it without fear. But right now, let this first truth sink deep into your spirit. You are about to transition from holding pain to holding promise, from holding silence to holding testimony, from holding questions to holding answers. Chosen one, lift your head, open your hands. Something holy is coming toward you, and when it lands, no one will be able to deny who placed it there. What you're about to receive isn't man-made. It isn't a coincidence, a lucky break, or something you stumbled into by accident. This is the work of a hand greater than your own. The very one who set the stars in their place, the one who drew boundaries for the seas, the one who whispered galaxies into being. He is the source of what is arriving. Understand this. When heaven delivers, no counterfeit can compete. Every door men tried to shut, every scheme they plotted against you, every delay they forced on your path, none of it can outrun the decree of God. His voice carries weight that creation itself cannot ignore, and it is his voice that is releasing the fulfillment into your life. There are moments in history when the unseen becomes undeniable, moments where God makes sure there is no confusion about who deserves the glory. You are approaching such a moment. The orchestration is too precise to be human. The timing is too perfect to be random. You will look back and realize the waiting, the pruning, the lonely nights, and the misunderstood seasons were all part of a divine plan, so you could carry what is now being placed into your hands. Listen carefully. Heaven does not send empty promises. Heaven sends evidence. Heaven sends proof. And when it does, the earth has to adjust to what heaven has spoken. That's why your surroundings have felt unsettled lately. That's why things and people that once fit comfortably no longer do. The atmosphere is adjusting because a divine order is breaking into your reality. Do not mistake the tension for abandonment. Do not mistake the shaking for instability. It is the sound of delivery. Just as labor pains announce the nearness of birth, the contractions in your life have been announcing the closeness of this blessing. What felt like pressure was preparation. What felt like opposition was heaven pushing the promise closer. And this promise does not come lightly wrapped. It comes with weight, the weight of destiny, the weight of responsibility, the weight of glory. You will not be able to treat it casually, because God himself is breathing into it. That's why you had to grow, why you had to mature, why you had to learn how to stand when everything in you wanted to collapse. The vessel had to be strengthened before the treasure could be placed inside. So hear this clearly. The delivery is not a favor. It is an appointment. This is what was written before you even entered the earth. This is what was marked for your hands long before you knew how to pray for it. You are not begging for leftovers. You are aligning with design. And when the package arrives, you will not have to prove yourself to anyone. The evidence will speak. The blessing will testify. The glory will point back to the one who authored it all. And now, it is time to speak plainly. The veil lifts. The mystery takes shape. What heaven has whispered in fragments, what your spirit has sensed in shadows, is about to be revealed in clarity. The prophecy is this: your hands will hold it. Not just see it from a distance. Not just dream about it in the quiet of night. Not just hear other people testify about it. No, you will hold it. That means possession. That means proof. That means the invisible becoming tangible. What you prayed for in tears will no longer live only in your imagination. It will live in your grasp. Picture it. The contract signed that once seemed impossible. The door opening that had been welded shut. The relationship restored that looked beyond repair. The promise fulfilled that others mocked as foolish. And in that moment, as your fingers touch the very thing you thought you'd lost forever, you will know. Prophecy has flesh. Spirit has substance. Heaven has entered earth through your obedience. This is not a shallow blessing, the kind you can misplace or mistake for coincidence. This is a delivery marked with the seal of heaven. God himself has signed for it. That's why it has taken time. That's why it required process. Because the delivery was too sacred to be rushed. And let me tell you what else. It will come suddenly. You will walk into an ordinary day, carrying ordinary concerns, and without warning, the extraordinary will arrive. A phone call, an encounter, a release of resources, a breakthrough so specific, you will be unable to deny the fingerprints of God all over it. It will come with weight. It will settle into your hands like a newborn, fragile in its beginnings, yet carrying generations of promise. You will sense the holiness of the moment. You will feel the trembling of heaven's timing colliding with your own. But here's the beauty. You won't just hold the thing. You will hold the proof of God's faithfulness. Every accusation of the enemy that told you, you missed it, you failed, you're forgotten, will crumble in that moment. Because in your very hands will be the undeniable evidence that you are seen. You are chosen. You are remembered. You may ask, but what if I drop it? What if I'm not ready to carry something so holy? Listen, the same God who delivers is the same God who strengthens your grip. He will not put treasure into fragile hands without also giving you the grace to carry it. He has prepared you. He has steadied you. You will not fumble this. And yet, the prophecy carries responsibility. What you hold will not be for you alone. It will ripple outward. It will heal others. It will silence lies in the mouths of your enemies. It will ignite faith in people who have been watching your story unfold from afar. When they see you holding it, their doubt will turn to conviction, their skepticism into awe. You must understand, this is bigger than you. God does not deliver blessings without mission. What comes into your hands is a weapon against despair, a torch against darkness, a signpost pointing back to his sovereignty. And so the prophecy stands. Your hands will not be empty. They will not remain open in longing. They will close around promise. They will lift in testimony. And the moment it happens, the earth will shift, because what was once invisible will have substance, and what was once delayed will finally arrive. Mark this well. You are living on the edge of fulfillment. The wind has already shifted. The angels have already moved into position. The prophecy has been released into motion, and your part is not to doubt, but to stay awake, stay ready, stay expectant. Because when it arrives, it will not knock politely. It will burst into your reality. And the only thing left for you to do will be to extend your hands and hold it. Why does this matter so much? Why has heaven been so deliberate, so intentional about this promise? It's because what is about to rest in your hands is not just for comfort, it's for confirmation. It's a declaration that everything you endured had meaning. Look back for a moment at the storms you survived. They weren't random. They weren't chaos without purpose. Every lightning strike, every thunderclap, every downpour was heaven's way of washing away what could not walk with you into destiny. Storms are not sent to destroy, they are sent to clear the air. They strip away the weak branches, they uproot the shallow roots, and they leave behind soil fertile enough for divine planting. And then there were the seasons. You've walked through winter, cold, barren, silent. The ground seemed hard. the skies gray. Yet even in the winter, something was happening beneath the surface. Roots were going deeper, strength was being stored. And when spring came, you saw glimpses of new growth, small signs that life was still breathing beneath the soil. The promise you are about to hold is the harvest of those seasons. It is the evidence that nothing you endured was wasted. Every lonely night, every unanswered question, every battle that made no sense, they were all woven together by divine timing. Think of doors. You've watched some slam shut right in your face. You knocked, you prayed, you cried, but they would not open. And you wondered, was I not worthy? Did I not have enough faith? But listen, those doors were barricaded by heaven, not by accident. Because if you had walked through them, you would have been trapped in rooms too small for your destiny. The delay wasn't punishment, it was protection. And now, the door that truly belongs to you is opening. Not with force, not with manipulation, not with striving, but with the gentle click of divine timing. When it opens, you will know, this was always the door. And when you walk through, you'll see why the others had to stay closed. There is also the journey. Long, winding, unfamiliar. There were stretches where the road seemed endless, where you questioned whether you were even on the right path. But here's the secret: God was guiding you, even when you couldn't see the map. Each turn that felt like a setback was actually a redirection. Each detour was leading you closer, not farther. Now you are approaching the destination, and suddenly the map makes sense. The miles you thought were wasted are the very proof that you've been guided all along. And when you hold the promise, you will understand why the path was so rugged, because destiny cannot be built on shortcuts. And there's light. Don't forget the light. Darkness surrounded you, yes, but the smallest flame refused to go out. You thought it was weak, flickering, yet it kept you moving, kept you believing. And now that same light is about to blaze into fullness. What you carried as a flicker is about to become a fire in your hands. Here is the deeper principle. This moment isn't just about you being blessed. It's about you becoming a living parable. Your life will testify that storms cleanse, seasons prepare, doors protect, journeys refine, and light prevails. You are about to embody what faith looks like when it refuses to die. So don't miss the spiritual weight here. The promise is not just provision, it's revelation. It's God saying, I kept you, I shaped you, I matured you, and now I trust you. It's Him proving that delay is not denial, that hiddenness is not rejection, that silence is not absence. When you hold it, you will realize the meaning was never just in the thing itself. The meaning was in the transformation that happened in you along the way. Your faith has grown roots that storms cannot shake. Your character has gained strength that delays cannot erode. Your spirit has learned discernment that no counterfeit can deceive. This is why you're about to hold it now, and not before. Because now you won't idolize it, you won't misuse it, you won't lose it. You'll recognize it as sacred, and you'll carry it with reverence. Understand the spiritual depth of this moment is not measured by applause or recognition. It's measured by alignment. Heaven and earth are colliding in your story. The eternal is intersecting with your timeline. And the very hands that once trembled with emptiness are about to steady themselves around fulfillment. That is the depth of this prophecy. Your story is not just being written for you. It is being written as a message, a living sermon to those who doubted, those who waited, those who still wonder if God is faithful. And through you, the answer will ring clear. Yes, He is. When heaven moves, it always leaves evidence. The promise doesn't simply fall into your lap without announcement. There are signs subtle at first, but undeniable once you know how to see them. And you may already be noticing them. One sign is the shift in atmosphere. Suddenly, places you once felt comfortable now feel too small. The room hasn't changed, but your spirit has. It's like wearing shoes that no longer fit. You can't settle where you used to. That restlessness isn't failure. It's preparation. It means expansion is coming. Another sign is the stirring of opposition. Strange resistance appears where things once flowed easily. Misunderstandings with people close to you. Unexpected obstacles rising out of nowhere. This isn't coincidence, it's confirmation. The closer the delivery, the louder the warfare. The enemy rattles chains because he senses they are about to break. A third sign. Divine interruptions. Encounters you didn't plan. conversations that feel too timely to be random, ideas that drop into your spirit at odd hours. Pay attention, these interruptions are invitations. They are heaven's way of saying, stay awake, stay alert, the package is near. Then there's the sign of repetition. You start seeing the same numbers, hearing the same phrases, noticing the same imagery everywhere you go. It's not your imagination, it's alignment. Heaven repeats itself until your spirit takes notice. What looks like coincidence is actually divine emphasis. Another confirmation is the rise of hunger. Suddenly, surface-level things no longer satisfy. You crave depth, truth, the presence of God in ways you never did before. This hunger isn't random, it's the Spirit stretching your capacity. God will not deliver weight into empty hands. He delivers weight into hands prepared by hunger. And finally, the most personal sign, your inner knowing, that quiet, steady conviction deep in your chest that whispers, it's close. Even when circumstances scream the opposite, something inside you won't let go of the promise. That is not delusion, it is discernment. Heaven plants that knowing as proof that the blessing has already been released in the unseen. These signs together form a pattern: restlessness, resistance, interruptions, repetition, hunger, knowing. And if you've been seeing them, understand this: you are not imagining things. You are not reading too much into it. You are standing in prophetic alignment. The signs are the footsteps of what's coming. They are the sound of delivery trucks pulling up to your door in the spirit. And if you lean in, if you stay awake, you'll notice the footsteps are louder than ever. But let's be honest, before the delivery lands in your hands, there are still challenges to face. Not the kind meant to destroy you, but the kind meant to refine you. These hidden trials are not punishment, they are preparation. The first challenge is silence. You may notice that just when you expect God to speak the loudest, He speaks the least. This silence can feel crushing, but it is not absence. It is trust. When a teacher is silent during a test, it doesn't mean they've left the room. It means they expect you to remember what they already taught you. The second challenge is misunderstanding. People around you may misinterpret your movements. They may call your patience laziness, your obedience foolishness, your waiting weakness. But you cannot let their shallow perception derail your sacred process. God will not explain you to everyone, He will vindicate you in His time. The third challenge is fatigue. When the journey has stretched long, the temptation to quit grows strong. Weariness will whisper, "What's the point? Maybe it will never come." That's when you must remember, breakthrough always feels farthest when it is nearest. The heaviest weight presses down just before the release. Another hidden challenge is distraction. Opportunities will appear shiny, quick, tempting shortcuts. They look like blessings, but they are counterfeits. They are imitations designed to make you settle before the real thing arrives. You must discern the difference. The true promise carries peace. The counterfeit stirs anxiety. There is also the challenge of loneliness. Not everyone can walk with you into the delivery. Some will leave, some will pull away, some will even betray. It will sting, but their absence is making room. You cannot carry destiny with hands still holding people who were never assigned to your future. And finally, there is the challenge of inner doubt. Even as the signs increase, you may still battle thoughts like, what if I'm not worthy? What if I fail when it comes? These thoughts are the enemy's last attempt to shake you. Remember, God does not prepare treasure for unworthy vessels. If it's coming into your hands, it's because He already equipped you to hold it. Each of these challenges is a test, not of punishment, but of posture. Will you stay faithful when silent? Will you trust when misunderstood? Will you endure when weary? Will you discern when distracted? Will you let go when lonely? Will you believe when doubting? If you can stand through these hidden challenges, you will not only see the promise, you will be able to carry it with strength. Because the delivery is not fragile, it is weighty, and heaven will not hand it over to someone who cannot hold it. So do not curse the challenges, recognize them. They are not signs of delay, they are signs you are close. Now that you know what's approaching, and the challenges that precede it, you must also know how to posture yourself. Because heaven's deliveries do not arrive to idle hands. They arrive to hands prepared, steady, faithful. The first instruction is simple but crucial. Guard your atmosphere. Not everyone can have access to your spirit in this season. Words carry energy, voices carry weight, and if you are not careful, you will allow the wrong voices to dilute your faith. Protect your space, limit your circle, surround yourself only with what strengthens the promise, not what sabotages it. The second instruction: stay rooted in prayer. Prayer is not just a ritual, it is alignment. It is the cord that keeps heaven and earth connected in your story. In this season, prayer must move from obligation to oxygen. Let it become your rhythm. Every sigh, every whisper, every cry, turn it into dialogue with God. Because prayer prepares your hands before the promise fills them. The third instruction: be discerning. Counterfeits will come dressed in opportunity. Not every open door is ordained. Learn to test the spirit of a thing before stepping through it. Ask yourself, does this bring peace or confusion? Does it lift me toward destiny or pull me into distraction? The counterfeit always rushes. The authentic always flows with divine timing. Fourth, walk in obedience. Small instructions often unlock large deliveries. Do not dismiss the nudges, the whispers, the gentle pushes you feel in your spirit. Sometimes God will test your faithfulness in the little before releasing the weighty. What looks insignificant in the moment may actually be the key that unlocks the entire blessing. Fifth, release what is no longer yours. You cannot receive with clenched fists, still holding yesterday. Forgiveness, old wounds, expired relationships, if they remain in your grip, they will block what heaven wants to place there. Letting go is not loss, it is exchange. Empty hands are ready hands. Sixth, stay expectant without forcing it. Expectation does not mean striving. It does not mean trying to make things happen in your own strength. It means standing in posture, awake and ready, like a servant waiting at the door for the master to return. You do not need to chase the delivery. The delivery is already en route to you. Seventh, speak life. Words shape reality. Every time you declare, "It's coming," you reinforce the atmosphere of faith around you. Every time you declare, "I will hold it," you align your spirit with heaven's decree. Do not use your tongue to sabotage your own destiny. Use it to strengthen your hands before they carry the promise. And finally, trust the timing. This is perhaps the hardest instruction, because timing is where doubt sneaks in. But know this, the delivery is never late. It arrives in the exact moment it was designed to. Delay is only delay in human perspective. In heaven's view, it is precision. All of these instructions together form your posture, guarding your atmosphere, rooted in prayer, walking in discernment, obedient to whispers, letting go of the past, expectant but not striving, speaking life, trusting timing. Do this, and you will be ready. You will not be caught off guard. You will not mishandle the sacred. When it arrives, your hands will not tremble with fear, but steady with faith. Because this is not about luck. This is about alignment, and alignment requires discipline. Follow these instructions, and you will discover that the weight of the promise does not crush you, it crowns you. Even as you step into obedience, even as you position yourself for what is coming, you need this reminder. You are not doing this alone. The weight of the promise may feel intimidating, but you are not carrying it unguarded. Divine protection surrounds you. Look back over your story. How many times should the storm have taken you out? How many traps were set that never caught you? How many enemies planned your fall only to stumble into their own snares? That was not luck, it was covering. The hand of God has been shielding you long before you even knew what danger looked like. And that same hand is covering you now. Angels have already been dispatched concerning you. The unseen realm is buzzing with activity, aligning every step, protecting every move, making sure nothing interrupts the delivery that has your name on it. Even when you feel exposed, heaven is building a firewall around your destiny. Think of it like this. The promise isn't just arriving to your hands, it's arriving with a guard, a convoy of protection. God does not send treasure into enemy territory without covering it in fire. So even as opposition rises, even as warfare intensifies, know this, the assignment against you cannot succeed. The weapon may form, yes, but it cannot prosper. And in this assurance, there is peace. You don't have to exhaust yourself fighting every shadow, arguing with every voice, proving yourself to every doubter. Your security is not in their approval, it's in God's defense. He has gone ahead of you. He is walking beside you, and He is standing behind you. You are surrounded. When fear whispers, "What if I lose it? What if it slips away?" Remember this: you are held within hands greater than your own. If God placed the promise into your life, He will also sustain it. You will not fumble what heaven has entrusted to you, because heaven is holding you while you hold it. So rest, not in passivity, but in peace. Rest knowing you are watched over. Rest knowing every threat has already been weighed and neutralized. Rest knowing that the same God who declared this blessing is the same God who will preserve it. And this is your assurance. What God delivers, He defends. What He releases, He protects. What He ordains, He sustains. The covering over your life is unshakable, immovable, eternal. So walk forward without fear. The promise is not fragile. You are not unguarded. And when your hands finally hold it, they will not tremble in insecurity but rise in confidence, because you will know heaven itself is standing watch. And then, the moment comes. The waiting ends. The silence breaks. The very thing your spirit has been reaching for touches your reality. And suddenly, your hands are no longer empty, they are full. Imagine that shift. One day you are walking with questions. The next you are standing with answers. One day you are carrying the memory of prayers. The next, you are holding their fulfillment. In that instant, your life divides into two chapters, before the delivery and after. The transformation is undeniable, not just around you, but within you. Something shifts in your identity the moment you hold it. You are no longer the one waiting, you are the one trusted. You are no longer only the dreamer, you are the evidence bearer. People will look at you and see proof that God still moves, that promises still manifest, that faith still produces fruit. This fulfillment is not about status, it's about story. Your story becomes a living testimony that heaven breaks into earth. Every tear, every delay, every battle, suddenly, it all makes sense. The pain becomes fertilizer for the joy now blooming. The silence becomes the stage for the announcement. The scars become the ink that tells the tale of survival. And when you hold it, gratitude will pour from you like water. You will not be able to keep silent. Worship will erupt, not because someone told you to praise, but because your very soul will overflow with it. The fulfillment will stir a song in you that only the delivered can sing, a song of proof, a song of awe, a song of reverence. But beyond gratitude, there will also be weight. A holy responsibility will settle on you. You will realize, this is not just for me. This is for those watching, those doubting, those still waiting. The blessing in your hands will ripple outward, healing others, strengthening faith, silencing skeptics. What you carry will not stay with you, it will multiply through you. And as it does, you will notice how different you feel. You will feel lighter, because the burden of delay is gone. You will feel stronger, because endurance has built muscles in you that cannot be undone. You will feel steadier because trust has rewired your soul. And you will feel crowned, because what you once begged for has become what you now steward. Transformation will also manifest in your relationships. Some who doubted will apologize, some who mocked will grow silent, and some who secretly hoped for your failure will be forced to watch your rising. The fulfillment in your hands will speak louder than your defense ever could. But the most beautiful part is the closeness you will feel with God. Because in that moment, you'll know He didn't just hear your prayer, He carried you through every season until the prayer became reality. Fulfillment will deepen intimacy. Holding the promise will not just remind you of what you asked for, it will remind you of who answered. And so the prophecy culminates in transformation. Your hands hold what was once invisible. Your heart beats with new gratitude. Your life testifies to faith's reward. And you stand not just as one who waited, but as one who has received. This is fulfillment. This is proof. This is the moment when earth and heaven collide in your story. Take a breath now. Let everything you've heard sink deep. The promise is not just near, it is at your door. And as this word settles in your spirit, I leave you with affirmations to anchor your heart in the days ahead. Say this with me. My hands are ready. My heart is steady. My God is faithful. Say it again, slowly, letting each phrase wrap around you like armor. My hands are ready. My heart is steady. My God is faithful. And again, one more time, but stronger. I will hold what heaven has promised me. Nothing can stop it. Nothing can steal it. It belongs in my hands. Let these declarations become the rhythm of your spirit. When doubt whispers, answer with faith. When fear rises, answer with truth. When silence lingers, answer with trust. Now hear this blessing. May your steps be ordered by the Lord in this season. May your hands be strengthened to carry what is holy. May your eyes see the evidence of God's goodness, and may your heart overflow with gratitude when the delivery arrives. I declare that no weapon formed against you will prosper. I declare that no counterfeit will deceive you. I declare that every delay is breaking, every obstacle is falling, and every hidden challenge will only refine you further. I bless your atmosphere with peace. I bless your spirit with discernment. I bless your journey with divine acceleration. And most of all, I bless your hands. May they remain open to receive, steady to carry, and lifted to give glory. For soon, those hands will hold it the very thing God spoke, the very thing you prayed for, the very thing heaven has marked as yours. Walk now in expectation, not in fear, not in striving, but in quiet, confident anticipation. The package is already in motion. The angels have already been dispatched. The timing has already been appointed. Lift your head, take a breath, open your hands. The delivery is near. And when it arrives, remember this moment, because you will know, without a shadow of doubt, it was always God, it was always love, and it was always meant for you. Amen.